If you've lost power during the recent power outages, you may have lost some money too. From what? Spoiled food, hotel bills. Say a family was desperate for air conditioning. You had to go someplace else. Unexpected costs many people simply cannot afford, especially during the pandemic. NBC4's consumer investigator Randy Mack joins us live right now. Randy, is there any help for people who lost money in situations like these?
And Chuck, unfortunately, very little. I mean, utility companies do handle some limited numbers of claims, but as they clearly state on their websites, as it relates to power outages, there are some things that they simply won't cover because they consider the outage beyond their own control.
Since late last week, whether it was the excessive heat or damaging winds that are helping fuel wildfires, the result has been power outages, some unavoidable, others strategic for safety. But hours without power can spoil what's in your fridge and freezer and ruin medicines that require refrigeration. On its website, ladwp.com/claims, you can check to see if your losses are covered. The utility does not strategically force public safety power outages known as rolling blackouts. Excessive heat or fires are considered acts of God and not reimbursable. LADWP may cover losses related to its own negligence for causing bodily injury and lost wages due to injury, or if the utility is responsible for business interruption and revenue loss. Documentation for all claims is required. SoCal Edison does at times announce and execute public safety shutdowns of electricity. In an email to the I-Team, the utility says, "We are making every effort to reduce the number and length of any public safety power shutoffs. We use these outages as required to reduce the risk of wildfires." On its website, SoCal Edison also says it's generally responsible for losses due to its own negligence. SoCal Edison may honor some claims if it enforced rolling blackouts, but says circumstances beyond the utility's control, like the loss of power due to earthquakes and weather events, are not reimbursable. Any claims made must also be documented with receipts.
So your best bet to actually get some money back for the food or maybe prescriptions that you've lost is to simply go ahead and actually tap into your renter's or your homeowner's insurance policy. Make sure that you actually have these items covered within that policy. And if you do, also do the math. Make sure that the deductible isn't so high that it doesn't make sense to not file a claim. But make sure that you're checking all of that before you actually do. Reporting live in Chino Hills, I'm Randy Mack for NBC4 News.